Now, alright, welcome back to my channel, everybody. Today we're talking about West Ham and the Championship. Now, I don't do football very often, but we're doing it today. Again, I'm a big football fan, so yeah, we're going to go right into it with West Ham and everything. Oh, sorry. That was. Anyway, West Ham United, my football club, got relegated, which is embarrassing. It shouldn't be happening, but it has happened. So, what are we going to do about that? We're going to get back up again, which is what we want to say. But are we? I still think we will, despite all these rumours about Somerville leaving, which I'm being honest, even the club realizes we're probably not going to keep him. And I'm going to have a look at some of these articles. We're going to. But yeah, so Nuno, we're going to start with that. I do think he did probably fluff it up in a lot of the games against Nottingham Forest. I don't know, Wolves. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of games we messed up. Games we didn't need to mess up, especially Newcastle. That's the one that people like to point out on the most because, well, I mean, come on. I don't know who just. Why would you decide to play in a three at the back when the only that hasn't even won this season? They probably lost to like Bristol City or one of the other championship teams, Cardiff or QPR, something like that. When we lost those games, but why would you decide to play a formation if it hasn't worked on the penultimate game of the season, which if you win takes you out the relegation zone and puts Tottenham Hotspur in there, which everybody wanted to go down, except Tottenham fans, right? But and maybe a couple delusional people, because I mean, why would you want to go Tottenham to go down? I don't care about the revenue; it's not my problem. The Premier League's making billions already. Anyway, I do think what tactics he did against Newcastle was shocking. Leeds typically it didn't matter, even if he would have lost. I mean, it would have been looking a bit ugly if we were 5 points off it in the end. But even if we won, which we did, we won 3-0, comfortable, happy days. But I think he got the tactics severely wrong in all of these three games right on the right here, which even one of the wins and maybe a draw as well would completely change everything else. I'm actually going to look at some of their matches and just go over it quickly. Leeds, he did what he could. They won 3-0. I'm happy with that. Really good performance. Leeds didn't really care, though. They were already on holiday, basically. But yeah, so I'm happy with a 3-0 win. Oh, sorry, you just saw a little bit of the next video. Anyway, Newcastle. Yeah, that's really disappointing here. That Osula celebration has scarred me. But when you do look at this, it isn't too bad. But the fact that you have to make a substitution in the 20 something minute, 22nd minute, just shows you how far you got the game wrong. If you would have come here and got a draw and would have sorted out one of the other games, which we will get to, then the season's completely different, right? So Tottenham go down, right? Because I didn't think they were gonna beat Chelsea anyway. Even all the Tottenham fans in my school or everything were gonna say like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna beat Chelsea and you're gonna go down." I didn't think it would because they never win at Stamford Bridge. Even if we would have won, I still think they would have lost on the final day. We would have stayed up if we would have just won one more game this season, which is really hurting because I think we would have stayed up. We might have only had to sell Fernandez and a couple other players, but I think we would have been able to keep Somerville and keep Bowen, right, which are our main two players, and Castellanos and all these other players. And we would have probably pushed on next season, made a couple good signings. Obviously, we'd have had to get rid of some players and maybe finish 10th, 12th. I would certainly take that. And if we would have finished comfortably in the table, like 11th or something, you could maybe focus on a cup or something. That would be nice. But yeah, disappointing. We're obviously not talking about that anymore, are we? So yeah, I'm going to go over a couple games that I was really disappointed by. Starting with Man City, I'm not disappointed by. It's a draw, but it's a really good draw. Couple games I do think we should have won, and I don't know why we didn't win. And I'm also a bit disappointed that we didn't win. I'm going to ignore everything. I don't even remember that game. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore everything past. Yeah, everything past this game here. So West Ham Brighton. This game, I don't know how we didn't win it. We should have won it. That win here would have been brilliant. That would have put us, even if it's everything said as it was, we'd still go down. But we'd be only going down on goal difference, which might actually hurt more, but at least it would be closer. Right? Because Tottenham fans would be like, we cannot afford a goal because that's going to relegate us from Everton. I mean, and maybe that extra bit of pressure because all Tottenham already knew is that draw would be fine anyway because of the goal difference. But if a draw wasn't fine, then suddenly they'd be pretty scared. And the fact that Everton were really close to scoring anyway, that would have been really good. But I'm really disappointed because we just kept letting them come back into this game. 9, 31, 45. Yeah. They did have more shots, but this is kind of what Brighton do. I'm a little bit disappointed, but yeah, anyway, what can I say? 2024. Why is Leicester City on here? Honestly. Yeah, ignore that. I don't care anymore about that game. Next game, I want to talk about Wolves. We got embarrassed. That was one of the most painful days of my entire West Ham career, losing to the worst team in the league. That was pretty painful. Certainly. Spurs, we beat them. I'm happy. Forest, that was the first game we started to play well, other than maybe Brighton. But we did this horrific, disgusting form was like where we went from not winning from November 2025 to 17th of January, which is really bad. Nobody talks about that. It's like the only last win was Burnley, and it was 3-2. We went from getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games without a win. That's pretty poor. One win in there, that just changes the picture. Liverpool, I'm not saying we're going to beat them because whatever. But still, even in this crappy form, we can get a draw against Man United and Bournemouth. And I'm happy with that. But anyway, 2 painful draws against Brighton, which I do think this game, this was really annoying. Because I was like, how? You're winning. That really annoyed me, that game. But whatever. What are you going to do about it? Sorry, it keeps going back. I can't really do anything about that. But I think we should have won at least one of those Brighton games or something. But yeah, we beat Sunderland. Happy with that. This game, I don't know what happened here. This was so... I was all getting like happy, like, oh, look at us, we're 2-0 off against Chelsea. No, we lost. It's such a West Ham thing to do, honestly. I was really disappointed with this game. I really thought... it's fine though. But I think this game, I think it's a bit disappointing that we lost though, because it could have been one. Really, if you look at this, we probably should have got 5 wins in a row. Honestly, maybe even 6. Yeah, we should have got 6 wins in a row, and that extra 1 win here, which would have been 3 points, that would have kept us up. An extra 2, and would have made us 3 points above Spurs. An extra 2 again, which make us 5 points above Spurs, which would have literally made us go above Forest as well if we just sorted out this run here. Really annoying. And it would actually bring Forest back into the relegation battle, because if Tottenham probably would have had to pick up another point, right? So, but really annoying, right? So, because I do think this was disgraceful. I don't know how you go from having such a good first half to an awful second half, losing to crappy Chelsea. Come on, man. And Burnley, there's something you could do about that. It's Burnley, come on. If you lost to Burnley, that would have been shocking. Oh, this was so annoying. I know I fully expected to go into this game getting destroyed by Man United, but we were winning, and we just didn't get a second goal because Nuno, for some reason, like, not just Nuno, like all West Ham managers, likes to decide to play, once you get a goal, oh, let's just sit back. Why would you sit back? Go for a second goal. If we were 2, it wouldn't matter if Šeško scored. Because that's vital 2 points that you need. You don't know what those 2 points would mean. It completely changes your season. Those 2 points would mean we would finish on 41, and it would be the second highest points tally to go down ever. But it would also mean that Tottenham would only have stayed up on goal difference, right? Not having to stay up by that anything. Also, the Bournemouth game. This game, I look at this, right? It's not like we played bad. I was expecting to lose, so the fact that we played so well was pretty happy. I was pretty impressed by it, but wait, what happened here? Yeah, anyway, but still, I just think we had a lot of missed chances. Hit the Premier League, no, not hit the Premier League, hit the post a couple times. I do think we probably deserved a win there. So that's 2 goals already. Chelsea, fine if we get a draw, whatever. That's 1 point. 3 points, 5 points. See? You see how it all adds up in the end, don't you? It's really annoying when you go down. Fulham, very impressed with that win. That's when me, along with a lot of the West Ham fans, are like, we could actually do this. No, we can't. Now I see. And then you go and back that up with an astonishing point against Man City, which honestly, I was like, wow. We've went from, other than Chelsea, we just piss off Chelsea. Nobody cares about you. Stupid club. We went from not winning in 10 to getting 1, 2, to only having 1 loss in 2. Okay, piss off Liverpool. They have to beat us 5-2. Only having 2 losses against Chelsea and Liverpool, big 6 clubs that should be beating us, like the rest of the league. Only having 2 losses against big 6 clubs, and 2 losses in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. See, that's a lot better form, right? It changes everything completely. And then I was so happy. I was so happy when we just rolled against Man City. Honestly, I think Tottenham fans were starting to think, or whoever was 17th at that point, was starting to think, actually, there's some kind of a problem because West Ham are picking up points now. And I was like a bit disappointed with that performance against Aston Villa. I was a bit like, it's a bit poor. And obviously Aston Villa decided to turn up against us, and then against Tottenham, typically they had the game where, like, we don't give a flying whatever. And then they just play a reserve team, and yeah, if we would have just got 1 more point, and if Villa would have drawn against Spurs, we would have stayed up. Because they would have lost 2 and we'd have gained 1, so that's just a bit more. But yeah, so, and then we went and beat Wolves, so that changed my narrative again. I was happy again. This, along with the Newcastle game and the Brentford game, these are my 3 most painful games of the season, other than Chelsea. How? Crystal Palace don't really care about the league anymore. That was pretty evident from April. So why would you go and just accept a draw? Come on. It's just not good enough. How? How can you go and win 4-0 the last week against Wolves, and then against a team that doesn't even care? Wolves are trying to not finish like the worst team ever, but you go play a Palace team who you actually have probably a chance to beat. And I know we both played pretty well, but we had the better chances, and we didn't go for it because I didn't actually watch the game, right? I was asleep, fair enough, but I heard people saying like, oh, like my dad and other people saying, oh, we just took off the striker and put on a defender. That's such a West Ham thing to do, but it just really annoys me. Why would you do that? Keep the striker on or put another attacker on, because we could have pushed for it. We could have got the next goal. That would have been such a big win for us there. That would have really spurred us on. And then we go beat Everton. Fine. Happy. But on my birthday as well, so that would have been nice. But that game, Chelsea, Man United, everything. And then Brentford, I don't know. It was disgusting. Honestly, I do think we did get robbed a bit because I think the PGMOL or something came out, or the referees came out and said the 2 penalty shouts that we did have against Brentford were completely overlooked by accident, and they were actually penalties. So that's already 2 penalties. I imagine we probably would have scored both. So that's 3-2. Suddenly it doesn't look so bad anymore, and our goal difference is better. But the goal difference was fine. It was gone anyway, but it's more about the thing. And then we hit the post a couple times. I think we just, if we would have had those 2 extra goals, we might have pushed for a draw and another point. It all adds up when you're getting these extra points or these extra wins as well. And then Newcastle, this is what we come to. It's just disgusting. It was disgraceful. Nuno, what is wrong with you? Why did you decide to do that? This is targeting you now. I was targeting all West Ham managers, but this was entirely at you because there was no need to play a 3 at the back. And you know, if he's fell out with Todibo, it's not good. We're going to have to sell him. It's like, what? But, yeah. Anyway, enough complaining about my crappy football club that's run terribly by delusional, stupid owners who don't think they have to spend any money. Anyway, championship. Yay, how fun. This is the words of the owners, by the way. Our owners were like, oh, yeah, we're gonna have Champions League quality football at our football club. Oh, we're gonna have Champions League football at club, this high quality thing and this and that. It's like, come on, man. What are you talking about? That's not gonna happen. And now, look, I don't care about this, but they're all pretty close together, Millwall and Charlton. But yeah, so we're all gonna be gonna move on to the Championship now, just quickly, and the cups. I'm happy with that. So yeah. I'm just going to talk about the Championship pretty quickly before we do this final part. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to just do a rough prediction for the Championship. First place, I do think West Ham will win. And as Wolves will go up, and going down, maybe West Brom or something like that. But yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the Championship, looking at the kind of clubs that we've got to face. You see the market value. Our market value is 150 more than everybody else. And West Ham just look, you want to see the capacity? 10,000. Where's Lincoln City? Oh, that is Lincoln, okay. Sinsel Bank. What even is that? 10,000, 10,000, 62,000. It's going to be like going from a little village to Birmingham or something. No, to Norwich. Going from Cromer to Norwich. Just like big stuff. But still, the Championship, if we don't win this league or at least finish in the top 2, I think we've done another abysmal job and our owners should be just removed from the position instantly. Because, come on, man. You can't, even if you sell 100 million worth of players, we've still got the best squad in the league by over 100 million. And I know Leicester had the 4th best and this and that, but still, we have the best squad. And I know everyone's like, this could be difficult, but West Ham, we've got a good squad. If we just sell whatever we need to fill up their banks and not our own bank, and keep renting out our stadium like we always do, if we do that, all that crap, and we have enough money to reinvest, right? Because I'm sure a lot of that is going to be reinvesting, or I hope so, right? But if it is reinvesting into the squad, we can buy some good. I think we were looking around at Vipotnik, which I'm actually going to go back to. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, West Ham transfer rumours. You look at this. This is just a rough thing. This is from Sky. It's a couple days ago. Probably some different things changed here. It's live. Come on, Sky. Oh my god, they're all live. Bloody hell. Just give me a rough estimate. But anyway, I've heard West Ham are looking at signing Vipotnik from Swansea City. Now, I didn't really know who that was until I heard about it, but I did a little bit of research. I'm just going to go over it with you guys quickly. Yeah. 25 goals for Swansea City. Swansea, it's not like they're the best club ever, really. They finished 14th last year. So, 44 games, 23 goals, 3 assists, and he's 24. Come on, that's pretty good. He's already got experience in England. He's going, especially in the Championship. So if he comes to a team that has better players, he could score 23 again. Because, I mean, if you're able to score for 20 for Swansea, then why aren't you able to score at least 25, 23 for Swansea? Then why can't he score 23 plus for West Ham with a better squad? Which I think I'll be really happy with this signing. But that would probably only have to work if we sold Castellanos and Pablo. Hopefully get a profit for them. I think we probably could get a profit for them, but I think we'd have to pay 15 million or something for him, or 20 million. But as long as we spend at least 50 to 70 million in the Championship, I'll be happy, and I won't complain at the owners for a little period. But yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about for the Championship. And quickly, I know it's not about West Ham, but I am just going to look at it quickly. I just want to have a look at the 20 clubs. It's just, yeah. Anyway, it's really weird to not see West Ham in here. Honestly, it does feel pretty sad. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to look at it. I'm just going to do a quick prediction as well. I will do a proper early predictions video, but I'm just going to briefly talk about it for until we do it a little bit later. I'm just going to wait, till 1st of June maybe, or at least a couple of weeks into June, so I can have an idea of some of the early transfers for more of the promoted clubs, Tottenham, Man City, because I haven't heard about what they're going to do, other than maybe Anderson or Edison, but I mean from Atalanta, right? So, yeah, I'm just going to have a look. I will do an early predictions video for this. I'll do a joking predictions, and I'll do a proper predictions as well. When it comes around to the time, I'll do predictions for the Championship this year. Predictions for the Champions League when the draw comes out for that. And predictions for all the other stuff. And I might do some World Cup content talking about some of the like at the end of match day 1, the end of the round of 16, at the end of each match day, like match day 1, match day 2, match day 3, round of 32. I'll talk about the games. I might watch some highlights. It'll be fun to see. Anyway. Now we got that cleared up. Just want to talk about next season. I really like the fact that Hull are in the league. It's been a while. And once again, it does feel weird not seeing West Ham in there, right? No clubs in East London or Essex or down here. It's a shame. And no clubs in Wales or the west of England at all. There's a big gap right there. But anyway, Arsenal. Now, this all depends. Because if they win the Champions League, which I don't want them to, and I don't think they will. But I don't think they're going to get smashed like everybody thinks they will. I think it might be like an extra time loss or something. But Arsenal are going to be firing for next season. They've won the Premier League. And if they get the transfers right, get a couple good, maybe another striker, get a couple, maybe a midfielder or another defender. Because Timber's kind of injury prone, it's not going to lie. I can see them winning the league again. Yeah. I could see them, if they won the league early enough, not had to wait until game week 37, maybe won at 34 or 35, and they had another cup run, maybe they could get a treble or quadruple. I don't want to say it, but I think it could happen. So, yeah. Anyway, I think Nottingham Forest. I know it's completely different. Oh no, actually, I meant to say Man United, which they look like they're going to invest heavily. Edison, other players if they want to. I think, honestly, I'm saying this from a non-biased perspective. I'm not a West Man United fan. I do think they are the nicest of the big 6 clubs because I don't like Arsenal because I'm a West Ham fan. Don't like Tottenham. Absolutely hate Tottenham even more than I did before. Hate Chelsea. Liverpool, don't like them. Man City, they're just cheaters. So what more do I have to say? But still, I think if Man United invest well, they keep Carrick, which they are going to do. They invest at least 150 million. Probably maybe 200 actually into the signings that Carrick wants and not what the Glazers want. So maybe Edison, Elliot Anderson, some defenders, a good adequate place for Casemiro, maybe an attacker. But I think last season, if they would have maybe got rid of Amorim sooner, they probably should have done. Yeah, they got rid of Amorim sooner. And, well, because I was looking at it last season and I said to myself, they've got the attackers, they've got that done, but they haven't got any midfielders or defenders. And they got the goalkeeper department as well. But if they got midfield and defenders sorted out, they would have had a much better season and they would have been in the title race. Because they technically were in the mathematical title race until May, right? But yeah, I still think Man United, if they get their transfers right, they could finish second in the title race. I think Man City is going to be a transition year, so they wouldn't be surprised if they fall down to third or fourth. But I still think they could go and win an FA Cup or a cup or something, just to make it look nice, actually. And that means they will be in the Community Shield against Arsenal, so that's a good start to the season we have there. Tottenham, mid-table, painful. Hull City, Ipswich, Coventry. I think Hull will finish 18th. Ipswich will survive. Coventry will do a Leeds, and they'll finish like where they did this season. Newcastle, I think, will be higher. Everton, another mid-table. I think they should probably get David Moyes. And yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about for this video. If you've enjoyed and you are enjoying these more football-related videos, I'd be happy to do them. I'm enjoying them. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.